Cougar Nation, welcome back to another interview. I am Ethan Erickson. I'm here today with Teon. Let me say what's up.
What's up, Cougar Nation?
What's up? Thanks for checking into part 1. Be sure to check out part 2 and 3. So this one kind of just, get to know you a little bit better, have all the people watching, just kind of, know who you are. Because I feel like it's more fun for a fan's perspective. Like if you're looking at, any sporting event, you're like, I know about this person.
Yeah.
So that's why I like doing these. So we'll start you from Las Vegas.
Yep.
What part of Vegas?
From the northwest part of Vegas.
Okay.
Centennial.
Yeah.
Surmont area.
Is anybody else at BYU that went to your high school that you know?
Went to my high school. So Leo Durkin, who played on the volleyball team a few years ago, he went to my high school. His little brother's my setter. But then we have 3 other guys from Vegas on the team.
Dang.
But they all went to rival high school, so.
Yeah, so you played against them?
Yeah, I don't like their high school.
Yeah. So now you're with them, you're like,
they're cool now.
Freak these guys, man. When you first got there.
Yeah.
And so, volleyball, when do you start picking up volleyball? What age do you normal start? Because it's a tough sport.
Yeah. So I got into it, I guess, later than normal. Because I played basketball my whole life. Just basketball. And then my freshman year, I was playing basketball, and then that season ended. And my mom was like, you can either run track to get faster for basketball, or you can play volleyball. I'm like, I'm not doing my sports punishment. That does not sound fun. So I was like, I guess I'll go play volleyball. I knew nothing about it. And then I just fell in love with it, probably because I just started jumping super high for basketball.
Yeah.
But so I started my freshman year, and then just played all throughout high school. But I didn't play club. I played club basketball the whole time.
How'd you get recruited?
I didn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I emailed them, and they were like, you can have an extended tryout. So the whole preseason I was on a tryout my first year, and then.
Dude, that's a sick story. We'll have to get into that one a little bit later, because that's wasted. That's super sick.
It was fun.
And so playing basketball, you started that when you were little.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wish you stuck with playing basketball?
Some days I'm man, I miss basketball, but towards my junior, senior year, I learned that I had a passion for volleyball that I just didn't have for basketball anymore. And I felt like I lost the love for basketball, and it felt like a job I was working at instead of something I love to do. And so that's when I just decided that I just need to stick with volleyball. That's what I love to do, and that's what brings me the most joy. So.
Yeah. Do you come from an athletic family, or are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my dad he's a football and lacrosse player back in Maryland.
Okay.
And then my mom grew up playing sports, and then my sister played soccer at SUU for a season. And then my other sister was going to play college soccer until she tore her ACL. And then my 2 other sisters play volleyball and soccer.
So you knew you were going to play sports.
Yeah.
That's just how it was.
Just ingrained in us.
Yeah, and so are you the youngest, oldest?
Oldest.
You're the oldest?
Oldest of 4 sisters.
So you're kind of their guinea pig.
Yeah.
So you got 2 athletic parents, you're you know what, you're gonna play sports, whether you like it or not. Did you ever, with your dad playing lacrosse, was that ever a thought for you, or? I
went to my middle school had a lacrosse team. I went to a couple practices, but it was during basketball, and I was basketball.
I tried playing lacrosse once, so I got a stick.
Yeah.
Don't know where I got it from, how I got it. I got a stick and a ball. I just throw it against my house. I was like, I'm gonna play this. But I was playing football and basketball at the time. My dad's like, no. And I was like, all right, whatever. I was mad at the time, but looking back, I'm like, it's all right.
It's hard. One of my high school teammates is on the lacrosse team here.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I couldn't imagine.
No, I see highlights and stuff.
It's wild.
It's a weird sport. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's super cool, but it's definitely a unique sport. It's hockey, soccer, and football. I feel like.
Yeah. The rubber ball just flying at you all the time.
That thing's rock hard.
Yeah, no thank you.
No. And so you kind of knew you were playing sports growing up, and so after basketball going into volleyball, what do you feel like your basketball career helped you play volleyball, or do you feel like your volleyball career helped you more play basketball?
That's tough. I think they both worked hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. My parents were always big proponents of just being a 2-sport athlete, because it just rounds out your whole game in both sports. So it definitely helped me with basketball, because I was able to just jump a lot higher and then react to things a lot faster. And then it helped me with volleyball, because I was always more conditioned than all the other volleyball
Oh
players.
yeah.
Because it was always right after basketball season, so anytime we'd have conditioning, I was like, this is easy. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't know, both sports pretty helped hand in hand a lot.
Mm-hmm. Is Vegas a pretty big volleyball like hub?
Not as big as like California, but it's in like high schools, and there's like one big boys club, and there's a lot of girls clubs. So it's cool to like have that opportunity, which some schools just don't have the opportunity to play volleyball.
Yeah. And so you said you didn't play club.
Mm-hmm.
How come you decided not to do that?
Just because the club basketball team I was on was like our family friends club, so it's just like me and the same kids I've been playing with since I was like 14, and we just played together till our senior years of high school, and then I don't know, I just felt the loyalty to playing club basketball, and it was fun. And you never really had to travel because like all AU tournaments are basically in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I played one down in Vegas.
Yeah, so it was like, so that was cool. And then I didn't know until like my senior year that I wanted to take volleyball seriously. So I was just so focused on basketball.
Yeah.
That I was just like, I'm just gonna dedicate my summers to basketball.
And so, you decided to take volleyball seriously your senior year. When did you decide you wanted to play college? Was it that same time?
Yeah, it was like my senior year. I like got like a lot better, kind of out of nowhere. It was kind of shocked myself, and then I was like, dang, like maybe I could do this like at the next level. And then it's like I love it, so might as well just try and dedicate myself towards this. So me and my team, like during that summer, we'd just go to churches and play volleyball, and like because we just really wanted to win a state championship.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah,
It was well worth it, huh?
Yeah, it was super worth it. Super fun.
And then so kind of your trek to BYU. So you served a mission after you graduated, right? And so did you try to get attention from colleges before or after your mission for volleyball?
So I emailed BYU before, and it took like a couple emails for them to respond to me. And then they were like, just serve your mission, we'll talk to you after.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And like some days on my mission, I just like emailed them, and they were like, just serve. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't towards like the end of my mission where we were like talking, I guess.
So you served in California, right? Did you have any opportunities to go and play volleyball, or did you like play basketball over there, or did you just...
A lot of basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, just mostly basketball. We played like volleyball like on a P day, but never anything like serious. So
quick story. So I served in Japan for a little bit on a mission. So we had like me and my companion were playing basketball, and so we found this isn't good. Found this excuse to go play basketball outside of P days, and so we would go and like every almost like 2 days a week we'd go and play with these Chinese kids, and like we'd keep trying to teach them, like give them Book of Mormon because they spoke English a little bit. So we'd play like a couple games of basketball with them, and be like, all right, now it's our turn to talk to you. And so do you feel like you had those kind of opportunities through basketball, or?
Just one time we played guys, but most of the time we were just knocking doors.
Yeah.
And like it's weird, where I served in like most of my time was in Crescent City and then in Santa Rosa, but in Crescent City it's just like it's a fisherman's town.
Really?
Yeah. So fishermen and logging. So
logging.
Yeah, it's pretty backwoods. So we were just knocking doors.
Yeah. Where were those raspberries that we were talking about earlier?
They're in Crescent City.
In Crescent City. Yeah. So that was before I started filming. So like tell about those raspberries again, like.
Yeah. So like I don't know, growing up in Vegas you don't have like there's not just like fruit trees like around or stuff. So there's like all that in California that I wasn't used to. And like in Crescent City there's these raspberry bushes, but they were like weeds to the people. So you just like go around and just pick raspberries and just eat them while you were like knocking doors. It was like cool. You always had a snack.
Like you never got sick of them?
No, they were so good. They had to get them when they were ripe, or else they were like sour.
Ooh. Well, it's good to get to know you a little bit better. So that's going to wind down our part one. So Cougar Nation, be sure to stick around for part two as Dr. Teon a little more about your collegiate volleyball career. Because that's what we're here to talk about, really.
Yeah, that's where we're now.
Yeah, and so thanks for watching part one. Make sure to stick around and watch part two. Thank you for watching this interview. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss the other 2 parts of this interview. Plus, all of our other interviews we do with BYU athletes. We also like to give a special thanks to our Cougar Board insiders for making this possible.